Hello everyone, welcome back to the Tech Sharmit podcast. Today I'm here with another special guest, Sujit Neb, who is joining us from India itself. If I talk about Sujit, then he is one of the well-known IBM Champion and Planet Mainframe influential. Not only this, he is also one of the popular Open Mainframe project ambassador. So today in this episode, we are going to talk about Sujit's professional journey and his innovative approaches to the modernization for mainframe system. But before we proceed further, I would like to thank Sujit for joining us today in this episode. And now I request you to please initiate the discussion by telling us something about yourself.
Sure. Thanks, Amit, for inviting me here. It's my pleasure to join you, and I always say like you're already doing a great job. So yeah, about myself, I'm working as a lead automation engineer at BMC Software, and apart from that, I do most of my mainframe community work to kind of advocate mainframe technology and share my experiences, whatever I have learned through these years. And I kind of have 15 plus years of experience now in the industry. All started from mainframe, so it was like a backbone for me as well, like we have for businesses. So, and apart from that, I also like to do kind of a stone painting and play tabla. So that's my hobbies, and that also gives me a kind of support to imagine beyond what you can do. So yeah, that's about me.
All right. Okay, so let's start with your journey itself. So, what do you think? Like, what inspired you to pursue your career into DevOps, especially within the mainframe and Linux ecosystem?
Yeah, it all started with my own product, which I am working right now, which is AMI DevOps for DB2. So BMC AMI DevOps for DB2 is the one of the product of is specially made for those people who wants to get their mainframe technology inside the CI/CD stuff, and then they can plug in play wherever they want to run the system. So likewise, it was new for me as well when I started working, and slowly I learned things. And I was having both experiences like mainframe as well as the distributed side. So I was filling the gap where my own approach, like what I have developed through these years, helped me to overcome such problems like mainframe people having lack of distributed knowledge, but still wanted to do few things on distributed side and vice versa. So I was kind of a bridge for them, and that's exact what DevOps is meant for. So it's like bridging the gap between dev and QA. And here, in terms of my work, I was bridging the gap between mainframe and the distributed side. So that was my DevOps journey started, and I'm still into that journey, and I'm enjoying that. So yeah, that is
Okay.
um
Okay. Yeah. So before moving further, I just want to ask one thing because we all know that around mainframe there are so many myths that it is a legacy platform which is about to die and all those kind of stuff. So as an IBM champion or as a Planet Mainframe influential, what is your thought on it? Like, is it the right time to start the career with mainframe in 2025 also, or you think there are some precautions that everyone should take in order to pursue their career in mainframe nowadays?
okay. So for the newcomers who wants to um try their hands on mainframe, I would welcome them because it is never ending process. And mainframe is not going to die because it became like legacy to legendary. And I have experienced that. Okay, so I was also started my work into 3270, and then slowly explored many approaches to do the same thing. Okay, so it's not going to die for sure, and at least for next 5, 10, 15 years, unless we have a huge shift to something maybe coming up in next few years. But uh, in the same at the same time, you might have to explore new technologies and how you can plug into in your mainframe system. Okay, so that will help you to make best use of mainframe technology. Okay, it is going to be there for sure. So you need to try out those other things that you can plug, like AI on mainframe, where now it is very much trending, and few people also experienced it, tried it. It is working well. Um, our own company has very good products in that area. So even IBM building the same thing. So um, they we all have mainframe at backend, but still we are developing new approach, I would say, to
Mhm.
trying out the mainframe. And yeah, as I said, like it is now legacy to legendary, so not
Yes.
going to die for sure.
Okay, so I think this phrase is in of itself to debunk all those myths that it is
Yeah,
not a legacy platform, it is a legendary platform which is going to
yeah,
rise again. Although, like if we look at the transactional or financial domain, still it is playing a vital role in those industry. And not only
sure.
that, like there are other industries as well. So, all right.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. So Sujit, now I'll talk bit about your achievements because for your consistent contribution for the mainframe industry as well as IT industry, you have been recognized with two precious awards. One is IBM Champion and another one is OMP Ambassador. So
yeah,
how do you use your platform to influence, or I would say to promote the best practices or to mentor others in this industry? So first thing is this, like how you are promoting your platform as an IBM champion and OMP ambassador.
sure. So consistently I share value. Okay. When I
Mhm.
say consistently, you have to be consistent in sharing your technical blogs, articles, YouTube videos, or even the presentation at different conferences like GSC UK or IDUG, it's happening at several places, and even IBM Tech Exchange and things like that. So
Yes.
you must be consistent across all these platforms and come up with new ideas, new topics, maybe small but yet impactful. So what I was doing is I started writing a technical blog with one of my colleague, Subhashi Sarkar,
Okay.
and then it helped me to understand the process of sharing and advocacy. Okay, so that kind of built confidence and trust, like how we can share our experiences, and probably from that people can learn and try out their area. And definitely I had lot of good comments, and it worked very well. Okay, and that has like having a byproduct as all these IBM champions
Yes.
as a recognition, or OMP recognition, or even the other one like IBM Z and Linux One influencer. So those are kind of byproducts, I would say. Do your work, the rest will come
Correct.
to you.
Yes, I totally agree with this. Like if someone is doing this thing just for earning those certification and for recognition, then it won't benefit
Yeah,
them.
it won't help. Definitely it won't
Yes,
help, means doing for sake, it is going to stop after some time. Okay,
correct.
but if you're doing it passionately and purposefully, so it will definitely go into long run. So I would suggest, try out, share your experience, earn badges. That will boost your confidence, and people can also trust you that you are doing something which is working, and then probably we can try out. So
Correct.
that way it works.
All right. Okay. And let's say if someone is there who want to pursue your path, expert path for becoming an IBM champion. So what do you think? Like, what was your roadmap at that time when you started your career as a mainframe expert, and what led you to the to become this IBM champion? Although, like you mentioned about the advocacy activities, but if someone
Hmm.
asks you in a detailed way, like, yes, these are the pointers that they can follow in order to get this kind of achievement and to
Right,
contribute in this kind of area.
right. So you start small. So first get into IBM portal, where you will have couple of guidelines, like how you can start. So it starts all from profile creation. Okay, then also
Yes.
you get the chance to um, earn something for your badge. So it starts from profile creation, then slowly it starts from sharing the news that IBM doing the great stuff with IBM Z. And after that you start sharing your knowledge.
Mhm.
So I must say, even if it is not that you worked upon, you can share things which are very curious to know, and it may be great to find, because you know there are hundreds of red books available,
Yes.
thousands of portals available for documentation. You are not able to go on all those at one time. So it will be good if someone can just capture the gist of it and share it with the audience, and tell that how it can impact in long run. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
how the story basically. So it can help people, and slowly you start increasing this activity, and then keep applying for the badges. So all badges will have certain criteria. So once you fulfill that, you will jump to next one. And I think there are 3 or 4 badges that are required to be IBM Champion, and it first starts with IBM Rising Champion. So
Hmm.
you get to that Rising Champion first, and then you get IBM Championship. Parallelly, OMP, Open Mainframe Project, also follows the same path. You can share the code if you know coding, well and good. If you don't know, share the experience, you share the learning, smallest thing. But if it is doing on adding value, then please share. Definitely, it will earn you badge and recognition.
Okay. All right. Okay, so now we will talk about other your one of your expertise, that is CI/CD implementation. Maybe for you, of for expert like you, it is a easy thing, but we also know that somewhere it is a critical thing for those organization who have recently adopted it. So what do you think, like what are common pitfalls or challenges they might have faced, or like people are facing while implementing the CI/CD into the mainframe ecosystem? So how like what you think, like what are those common pitfall and how we can help them to solve that?
So first and foremost challenge is the cultural shift. Okay,
Okay.
so mainframe um, who has a background where frequent iteration or agile development was not means a day-to-day job. But now everyone is adopting, and it is very well going in smooth direction. So
Mhm.
now when we jump to CI/CD tools, what happens is, first thing is that how to implement it and how it will talk to mainframe, or what are the security principles, where it will run, which system it will run on, and those type of questions. So
Mhm.
first thing, if you are not confident about cloud, and, the other the servers out there, like different providers out there, you can try out on prem. So first try on premises, so you can build, deploy, and test everything on your premises. The server resides on your premises, and then if it works, and then probably you can ship to your customers. So that way
Mhm.
you have to start. And nowadays everyone is more concerned about security, and
Yes.
everyone has implemented security aspect in all sense, like multi-factor authentication, the RBAC policies, and even the audit principles. And there are several, like user management policies are out there. And on top of that, we also have a mainframe backup. So
Mhm.
that is like a multi-level security we already have. So we have to make use of all these and line up things into pipeline. And then this thing is called as CI/CD pipeline, because it will continuously run and continuously deploy something which you are newly creating. So that's how it should start. And start with small always, and probably with iterations you can grow small, step by step, and it will help you to achieve major goals.
Okay. All right. And another thing, like while developing a system, are you utilizing any particular approach, or are you following any particular approach to build a fault tolerant or self-healing system, which is typically related to traditional rigid mainframe system? So is there any particular approach that you follow, or how you are dealing with it?
So we go design by principles approach. Like
Okay.
every, as I said, like every tool has their own security principles. Like mainframe has rack of, okay, and the CI/CD pipelines consider Azure DevOps has their own RBAC and security policies and user management. Okay, and on other, if you consider another tools like GitLab, or GitHub Action, they will also have the similar kind of stuff. So wherever you talk to those system, you implement those activity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so first, when you create a CI/CD pipeline, you must authenticate it on mainframe. Suppose, okay, because you are sending request API to mainframe and getting some response back, so you must authenticate it at the mainframe. And before sending request to a mainframe, you must authenticate that tool itself. Like, if you are a valid user, then only you are allowed to log in into Azure DevOps or GitLab or GitHub Action, or Jenkins in that case. So all those happens at step by step. So first, tool will validate and authorize you that you are the legitimate user. Once
Mm-hmm.
done, when you send mainframe request, again mainframe will authorize you that you are the valid user.
Okay.
And if everything okay, then only you will get response back to it. And since we are doing it for on-prem, everything means like data is inside our own company or organization. So
Mm-hmm.
there is famous term like zero tolerance, or zero architecture. I don't remember exactly, but that type of thing. So multi-factor is now also available with mainframe. So we are making use of all those things in order to build the CI/CD pipelines, so that minimizing the risk. Okay, I'm not saying like it may be 100% foolproof. There
Mm-hmm.
might be a chance we never explode it, but it is like maximum security we are taking care of.
Yes, because whenever there is a discussion regarding the mainframe system, the first and foremost thing is the security. Everyone is relying on the system because it is
Yeah.
secure, and as compared to other
Mm,
system, this is fast when dealing with a
yeah.
DB2 database and other tools related to that.
Right.
Okay. All right. So this is the thing that you usually follow. I'm sure like those who are dealing it with, they can also follow the similar approach in order to
Yeah.
achieve their task.
And I think you said about fault tolerance.
Yes.
Nowadays we are having more observability tools available like Grafana, Kibana, and
Mm-hmm.
many like that. So you have to make use of these tools as well, because mainframe is generating huge amount of data. You
Right.
capture it, you format it, you ingest it to these platforms like observability.
Mm-hmm.
You get the meaningful understanding about what is happening at what area, and based on that we can trigger the alerts like CPU utilization performance wise, or any unnecessary process getting dropped down or creating again and again, or consuming space, things like that. Okay, so we
Mm-hmm.
have to build alert on that, and nowadays AI agents also available, so you can make use of those as well to get the right prompt, I would say, so that you will be able to tackle those failures and fix it immediately without intervention.
Okay.
So yeah, so for example, if I show means tell you, like we do have means very basic. You don't have to be like learning AI for this, but suppose we have Jenkins server and other servers are running, which are running subsequently tools or their agents. Okay, so sometimes what happens when you do a patch or upgrade to those VMs or the machine, it may may not restart those agents,
Mm-hmm.
and as a consequence what you get is you get a failure because you don't have your agents up and running, so you can't send a request and you can't get a response back from mainframe is as it is, no doubt about it. But this happens because we are frequently upgrading a distributed side. Okay,
Okay.
and to overcome that we can write a cron jobs and several bash scripts to ensure that the process is up and running all time. If it is down, we can ensure that it is again coming up after a few times, retry. Several mechanism, I'm just saying, like you can do it in shell script, simple
Mm-hmm.
way. Check the process ID. If it is on, well and good, leave it. Keep it checking
Okay.
every 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever your threshold is. And
Mm-hmm.
if it is down, you can restart it, you can debug it, and you can send message or notification to whoever is the managing those processes. So
Okay.
like that we can deal this fault tolerance.
Okay. All right. Okay. Now we will talk bit about the system in terms of organization POV. Okay, so let's say if, there are multiple organization who is dealing with mainframe on a regular basis, and they wanted to they wanted to bridge the cultural gap between the legendary team. We are not going to use the term legacy here, and the
Yeah.
agile DevOps team. So what do you think? Like, what are the few factors they can implement in order to handle or bridge this kind of gap between the modernization and legendary team?
Okay. As I said, like I was the person who was bridging the gap between mainframe and the distributed side, right? So I came with this problem. I faced actually this problem. So
Mm-hmm.
what I came with the approach is, so you need to understand both side. Okay, you need to understand the concerns from both side. So
Mm-hmm.
mainframe
Right.
concern is like you need a control all time. Okay, so mainframe side legendary people say like I want to have my control on my system. So I don't want any unnecessary in and out going from mainframe system. Okay, whereas distributed side they do frequent upgrades, frequent releases. They keep on changing things at every day or every week or every fortnight. Uh, Now you have to uh, collaborate between both the teams in a
Mm-hmm.
such a way that they get the confidence that they are not going to lose their control, and
Mm-hmm.
distributed side that you keep on changing your system but keep us informed well aware, means ahead of the time. Okay, so by this system what you do is you build a trust.
Mm-hmm.
So the trust is the main factor here. So once you
Right.
get the trust that you are not going to lose the control on your system by any chance, you're happy to allow to people to join you, do some work, and again leave for the day, like that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's how we have also built, because when I joined, I was also means, I know what is going to happen, but
Yeah.
if you are just from one side, you will not know the picture of other side. So
Correct.
what we have to do is we have to do kind of POC which will show that this is working and this is how going to work. Okay, so you have to tell the picture, then only people will understand how it is going to work, whether it
Correct.
is going to work or not. And that's how they will get the confidence on the system, and then they will implement. Without POC it is not and it is not possible. And my work at my place here is to do POCs, do several types of work that is possible or not possible. If it
Okay.
is possible, how? If it is not possible, if it is not at all mandatory to implement it, that's it, leave it. But don't pressurize, and for sake of doing modernization, don't put everything inside the mainframe, right? If it is
Right.
feasible, then only do POC, and then only show that it is going to happen, it is going to work this way. And once you get the picture, you will happily give a go ahead, like, okay, implement this. So like this legendary people will be happy to see that it is going to work,
It is
and
working.
it is not going to break.
Okay. So in short, we can say that there should be proper mutual understanding between both the
Yeah.
teams, and also proper POC should be implemented in order to get the required results.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, another thing is scaling the product. So, how do you approach scaling DevOps across the large enterprise system, especially where mainframes are there, traditional systems are there, and cloud are also coexist in the same area? So, what are the method that you follow for scaling the DevOps?
So as I said earlier also, go step by step.
Mm-hmm.
Create a small thing, small POC, make it work, and then go for the next step. So
Okay.
first thing, consider the smallest and very well known tool for your POC,
Mm-hmm.
which works with mainframe. If it works, then go ahead with additional features and implementation, and then go with the third tool. So don't always jump for, like, we have, if we go for CI/CD and DevOps implementation, there are hundreds of tools available there. But if you do all 100 at time, you are definitely going to fail it, because not everything is compatible with the mainframe, or even whatever feature or product you may be developing. So you have to do one by one. Get what is priority first, do small. If it works, do, means more iteration, and create a more product features. So
Okay.
we have to do step by step. And and I would say, um do not means fall for like what is trending or what is craziest tool
Right.
available there. Okay, what happens is we always go beyond behind those tools which are like very much famous for this XYZ thing. And but it may not be feasible in our case. So if
Correct.
you try and waste that time, it is not going to work. So try and see what fits with your system, then only go ahead with it. So I always say like do not always encourage to have um, CI/CD or DevOps inside your project. If it is required and necessary, then only implement and implement small. So I would say like in our case, we started with Jenkins. We then gradually moved to different tools like Azure DevOps, GitHub Action, and GitLab, and many more are lined up. So that's how we it should be always, because it gives you clear picture. When you try out things, say when I was trying Jenkins, I
Mm-hmm.
was getting more clarity, like, oh, we need to do this as well. Like, oh, we forgot this feature. We need to
Correct.
be implementing this feature as a security concern. We need to additionally build encryption based uh, authentication. So how you do it, then it will give you some experience, some background behind it, and then you can probably implement in other tools. So once you foolproof one tool, it will be easy for other tools. Like they are almost same but different principles, but 90% their work is more of same.
Similar. Okay. All right. So now we will talk a bit about your personal journey and your achievements, because you have achieved so many things in your so far journey. So I just wanted to know, like, in like based on your years of experience in this IT industry, what you think, like, what one thing you have achieved which is close to your heart and which made high impact on a broader level.
Okay, so one thing my favorite inside my BMC organization, and that is my throughout career as well, is my test automation
Mhm.
that I developed and I kind of pioneered it. Okay, so I created a test automation in such a way that anyone, whoever is not having coding skills or not having much programming understanding, can at least run the show
Okay.
and get the right outcome. Okay, and with that test automation, I was always having in the mind like I have to reduce the repetitive task
Okay.
and I have to automate as much as possible. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
because see, doing day-to-day job is one thing, and you get innovative work or you try out things is secondary. Okay, so when you do day-to-day job, you might not get work time to do other things or maybe not think about other things. So but when you automate day-to-day jobs and repetitive stuff, you get more chance to look after such a like curious things. Okay, so this automation, what happened is when we I started built up, and it means if you go normal way, it was taking more than 7+ days of time to do
Mm-hmm.
these kind of testing. The automation now built is taking 30 to 40 minutes time.
Less. Yeah.
Okay, uh, it is not just for sake of timing, it is doing the same thing, taking
Mm-hmm.
screenshot, taking logs, validating each and every message outcome, and then giving us a report, what was success, what was not success, why, everything. So all those aspects also captured, and we are keeping a repository as well. Like if you want to refer it in like after 10 days, okay, what was there, what was the outcome, because we are gradually increasing or incrementally releasing things, right? So we might want to know about, okay, what was the output 10 days back, so we can go and check
So
and
proper
we
logs
can
are there.
compare.
Mm.
Proper logs are there, maintaining everything is with screenshot. Okay, so
Mm.
it's not like all of a sudden you come up with a question like, okay, what what's happened to this case, and where is the output, where is the screenshot, what was actual, I want to see it. So if you have it everything in place, you can probably showcase it. Okay, and that's how it is maintained, and it is helping us because nowadays at distributed side, if you know that we get several vulnerabilities very frequently. Okay, almost weekly or twice we get that. Okay, and in order to release your product on time, you must have robust automation,
Hmm.
because as soon as you release it, you must test it. Okay, and without testing you cannot go really release it. So
Okay.
we, and the confidence that I have got on my test automation is very good, and
Hmm.
that's the similar with my team, and that's why they are very much rely on that. Okay, so that's how it is helping us to plan any unwanted release anytime. So
Correct.
if suppose tomorrow is release, we get issue today, fine, we are fixing it, we are immediately testing it and releasing it again. So no like rush, no concern about we are not doing it on time, we are covered. So that was my major achievement, and I also gave a couple of presentation on this topic
Okay.
because in GSC UK virtual conference earlier, and even I took at some point. So people like the idea, and it is, it is utilizing our own product. So it is kind of double verification and validation for our product, that is it working what it is meant for. So
Okay.
that was very much helping me um, these days as well.
Okay, so this is a great achievement because this is not only helping you but helping entire your friends
Yeah,
and
means
your colleagues
it
as well.
it kind of, yeah, it kind of gave boost in my area to adopt this kind of automation. And
Correct.
as I said, like, it is very simple. Okay, means my manager, if they don't have technical background, they simply can go click one button,
And they
that's
can
all,
do.
it will
Yeah.
stall. Okay, and it will create reports, generate logs, so you don't have to worry, you just need to read out, it's
Correct.
plain English again. So that's how it is built. And my always goal, even in my blogs or my wherever I do presentation, is to make it complex things simple,
Hmm.
so that everyone should understand. Everyone, even if
Correct.
it is, say suppose you are new to Python, you are not to worry about it, you are still covered.
Correct. Okay. All right. So, Sujit, like just because of the limited time, we have to move for the last question. And this
Yeah.
question is related to the support of network because we all know that in IT or in any industry, behind every successful person, there's a support of network. So for you, who are those key people who played a vital role in your journey? Maybe your friends, family members, even colleagues also.
Yeah. So first and foremost, family members, their support is very much required, because
Hmm.
um then only you will able to do these extra things. Okay.
Correct.
And passionately do it. And then I have couple of names like Saurabh Pandey, who was my first manager in BMC. He also gave me confidence and trust about what I can do, and I came up with the ideas and shared it. Then Subhashis Sarkar, I think you
Yes.
already know him. Then
Right.
Anshul Agrawal, he is also one of the famous inside the IMS area. Then Andrew, which is a very nice guy, and we actually met for Mainframe C community. That is
Mhm.
also doing quarterly one video on very much trending topic. Then Luisa, she's from IBM product team. Um, she also encouraged me to share things for open mainframe project. And then Joe Winchester, you
Joe
already know
Winchester.
him. So
Yes.
he was also one of the key person, boosting my confidence and uh, interacting with me always. And yeah, I mean, couple more to name, but yeah, and I, sorry, I forgot, like Marcus. So
Marcus.
sorry, Marcus, about it. But yeah, Marcus is one of the first guy, technical guy, I would say, to give me an approach about few things like how it works and this community guidelines or what to share and what not, this kind of things. So yeah, he definitely helped me in that all.
Yeah, so yes, you're right. Like these are the incredible gems of mainframe industry
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I got an opportunity to interact with some of the names you mentioned, Joe Winchester, Marcus Davis, Subhashish Sarkar. So they are incredibly doing great work for this industry, and
Yes, yes.
yeah. So all right. So thank you so much, Sujit, for joining us today in this episode and for sharing so much information regarding the mainframe industry and for debunking all the myths moving around the mainframe. So it was really very nice talking with you.
Thank you for inviting. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, you too. Bye.